Hey guys, it's Krista Bauer from KristaBauer.com, and I just wanted to share a copywriting mistake that I see a lot of people making. So a lot of clients will come to me, or people will come to me, and they'll get me to do a copy audit of something that they've written. So whether it be a homepage or a sales page, or maybe an email that they've written, and they want me to kind of either wordsmith it a little bit and give them some feedback on my perspective, my first impression feedback, as both from a marketing perspective as well as the perspective of their ideal clients. So one of the mistakes that I see that happens in almost every piece of copy that someone sends me is that people don't write how people actually speak. So when it comes to their ideal clients, they're not using language that their clients would be using to describe like what it is that they're going through, the problems that they're having, say with a friend, or if you were to meet them at a coffee shop, or if you were to meet them, say, at a party and you were just sitting down kind of like, talking about life and like things that, we're just at a party and you meet someone and you just kind of get to know them and you start telling them they start telling you about something that they're going through and you say, yeah, well, I've got a business that helps people, with that exact problem kind of thing. So one of the opportunities is that one of the big missed opportunities is that people are using too much. My clients, myself, I've done this many times. And if you see it in my copy, call me out on it because it's easy to miss it when you're looking at your own words all the time. And so we write with too much jargon, right? Like for example, I was talking to a girl recently who sent me her homepage to audit. She's a new coach, like a brilliant woman. She had some amazing ideas and wanting to get out in the world and doing some really cool work. She's already got a really impressive resume. And so she's working with organizations and entrepreneurs who are who want to make a difference, who are big into social change and environmental initiatives and things like that. And some of the language that she was using to attract some of these leaders in these organizations was things like, I help you own your truth. I help you uncover your shadows. And I said to her, look, is this how people are really talking? Do you think that these guys or women are going into their organization and talking, to their leaders and saying like, having this problem, I just can't really own my truth. I don't know how to own my truth, or I'm trying to own my truth. Can you help me uncover my shadows? And it sounds like nice copy, right? Like we've heard it in a lot of copy, especially in the coaching industry. A lot of these terms are grossly or overused, I should say. And so that's another problem, is that we see this language and we just kind of like, I don't want to say it puts us to sleep, but we just kind of move past and we don't think twice about it. And a lot of times we don't even fully know what that means. And so I said to her, do you think that they're really using this language? I said, are they talking this way? Is this how they're describing their problems? And she said, no, like it's not. So she's going to be working on that as well. Another example is I was working with a lady recently, someone else who does really amazing, powerful work. And she's my parenting coach actually. And, we were talking, she does this really amazing work and she is, building out a course, and she sent me her sales page to review. And she has a lot of expertise. And what she does is she helps kids who are, and parents as well, but kids who are, having tantrums and meltdowns, like self-regulate. And she teaches about the nervous system regulation. But here's the thing, is she has all of this knowledge. And her sales page sort of led with the headline, like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like, teach your child to regulate their nervous system in 5 days, or something to that effect. It wasn't exactly that, but it was something to that effect. And as I was reviewing it, I said to her, because I'm her ideal client. I'm actually a client of her. I'm going to be taking her course, and I love everything that she writes. She's amazing. I'll drop the links to her below, because she has an amazing course coming up here right away that's going to teach you how to deal with kids who are having meltdowns, tantrums. And that's what I said to her. I said, is this how your ideal clients are really speaking? I said, I know that if I'm going to go to my friend and I'm having a hard time with my sensitive 4-year-old who, is having a meltdown, or who isn't listening, or who is being defiant, I don't know that I'm going to go to my friend, with tears in my eyes saying, I just don't know how to help my child regulate her nervous system. It's not language that I had previous to knowing Colleen. So, that's what I said to her. I said, you have this language, you've got this understanding, you've been through it, right? Like you've been where your clients, you've you had the same issues that you're helping your clients go through now, which is great. You've surpassed it. You've come out of it. You have, a teenage son now, or a child who is older. So you've got this language. She's got a background as a nurse. She's studied this, and she's studied all of this stuff that she's teaching now, right, for many, many years, but I don't have that language. So I told her, I said, well, how are people really describing it? Like, think in terms of how people are really describing it. And it's usually exactly what I said. Like, how do I get my kid to stop having a meltdown? Or how do I, how do I manage help my child manage their big emotions? Like, that's how you would really speak if you were talking to a friend. And so that's the kind of language that you need to be using when it comes to writing your own copy. Is I want you to use this as an exercise and to go back, scan a piece of copy that you've written. So go back to your website, look at your home page or a sales page or work with me page that you've written, and ask yourself, is this how my ideal client is really speaking? If they are talking to their husband and they're frustrated about a problem they're having, is this how they're going to explain their problem? If they're talking to their best friend, and they're out for a glass of wine at a nice restaurant, is that how they're going to be describing this issue that they're having to a friend? And if they're going to get on the phone with you or meet you at a coffee shop, is this how they're going to be describing their problem? And I'm going to challenge you and say probably not. For the majority of us, we're using too much jargon in our copy that loses our audience. And the reality is that once you've lost them, you've lost them. Like, they're not coming back. They're going to go on. You've only got a few seconds to really engage someone and to let them know what it is that you're offering, and to make sure to let them know that, yes, I'm actually in the right place. This is someone who can help me. This sounds interesting. Like, let me check out this person further, right? Like, let me learn a bit more about what they're selling here. Let me learn a bit more about this course. Like, this is sounding kind of cool because this sounds like something that could really help me. So that's the big thing, is you want to write how your ideal clients are writing. And if you don't know what that is, then you got to go back and you've got to really do some work around who your ideal client is, who it is that you're actually speaking to. Because if you don't know who you're speaking to, then it's going to be really hard to write any sort of copy on your website, any copy for your sales page, any copy for your Facebook post or whatever it is. You got to get crystal clear about who it is that you're speaking to. So for those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, like I said, my name is Krista Bauer from KristaBauer.com, and I am a business and brand clarity coach, and I help my clients create an authentic online presence that helps build trust and credibility with their audience and engages their dream clients in a way that gives them the confidence to want to sell their services and share their offerings and their gifts with the world online. So if that sounds like you, please, I'll leave the links below, but you can sign up and get onto my newsletter where you can stay in touch with me there. Subscribe to this video and so that you get notified when I create new content every week. So if you have any questions as well, I always read comments and I love hearing from you. So please drop those below. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.